this video, I'm going to show you a low-tech way that you can create your own video scribe videos. You'll notice that my setup includes 2 stacks of books on either side of a sheet of paper with a marker in the middle, and 2 yardsticks laid across those books so that my smartphone can point straight down between the yardsticks at the sheet of paper. And I turn the light on for the video so that there's actually light hitting this paper so that it's evenly lit. You'll also notice that I'm not using white paper. Preferably you'll use blue paper for this, as blue diffuses light and allows for a cleaner video capture. Additionally, in this video, I want to talk to you about how you can develop modules for web-based learning. And modules are conceptually projects, themes, or units that you wrap your course content around. So this is probably not a foreign concept to you, but in the web-based world, we're not constricted by the clock. We no longer have meeting times at specific times during the week on specific days. So we can kind of blow this clock up and allow our course content to be delivered around one of these 3 things in a less time-restricted way. Of course, you'll still have deadlines, and of course, you'll still have course due dates and responsibilities in that regard, but you won't be as stuck to that week-to-week schedule that you might be used to. You may come to realize that you have some of these principles already laid out in your learning outcomes. For instance, if one of your outcomes is describe 5 different ways you can eat an elephant, then perhaps one of your units is how to eat an elephant. And perhaps that unit is driven around the centralized question, how do we eat an elephant? And your course content then helps your students deconstruct how we eat an elephant. Now, of course, how do we eat an elephant? We eat an elephant 1 bite at a time. So that means that you have to turn this elephant into something smaller that your students can consume so that eventually they get through the entire elephant, which is the guiding principle of your module. So you need to break this elephant up into pieces, and each of these pieces might represent a portion of that module you are teaching. Then in your course delivery, you may have one weekly folder, or perhaps it's a monthly folder, where you have step-by-step instructions for how your students are going to get through eating that elephant. Or you can open it up entirely and stick with project-based learning theory and have your students start with just the question and determine for themselves how they eat the elephant and deliver that back to you. But in your module, you will have every item that you need for your students to complete in order to answer that central question that relates to your learning outcomes. That might include a discussion prompt. It might include journals. You may have reading and a quiz, and then something that your students have to do in order to demonstrate that they have successfully eaten the elephant. So perhaps a video performance of that activity. So having said all of that, I just want to be clear about one thing. In no way am I condoning the eating of elephants, but I do hope that this has helped you conceptualize how you might break your course content down into a module so that you can then deliver that in a web-based medium. Thank you.